Hi, my name is Nazi Najand, and I grew up in Washington, D.C., and before that I grew up in Athens, Greece. I was born in Tehran, in Iran, and I have always been working with artists in many capacities, whether it was through writing or working with them on exhibits and shows. And slowly, as I was at ArtNet, I realized that something quite amazing was happening with the contemporary art of the Middle East. Really within the Middle East, the way culture and art, and contemporary art specifically, was being embraced slowly. And the artists, who are so many of them, were just little by little becoming recognized. And it was just fantastic to see that, because it's really friends that you've known for a while and you kind of start seeing the recognition. And I realized that this is something big that's going to continue to grow. And the most important thing that we can do, any of us as those that are working in the arts, practitioners of any sort, is to really support that and support this emerging scene and to see it develop, to kind of see how the direction it's going and let it grow in that direction, but at the same time, if there are any ways to support it and promote it, to do that. And that's really how it initially started. It was just an idea. And the timing of it for me was important, because I find that what happens in an art fair time, there's this incredible energy that feeds off everyone involved, whether it's what's happening within a fair, outside of the fair, all the programs around it. And so that was very important, to really do it at that time so that it's simultaneous with everything that's happening, especially in New York, which, you know, we're all particularly biased towards New York, at least I am. And so that was really what was important for me, was that I felt that what was happening within the region and even outside, like sometimes, you know, in London, which there's a strong emergence of the scene, was separate than what was happening within the art world on a larger scale. And I thought that doesn't make sense. You know, art is art. An emerging scene is an emerging scene. If anything, being in the, you know, writing about art or working the art or working with artists, you're always seeking the new, the interesting, to see what's happening, whether it's artists, new artists that are creating new mediums, new way of speaking this language. And so it really didn't matter where it was from. It's just, how could one turn an eye or turn away from something this incredible that's happening? So that was really why it was important. It wasn't that so much, let's make the focus that it's the Middle East. It was that there's something happening and we can't look away, because I would not want to look away anytime something is happening. Then it means I'm not paying attention. It started out with a handful of artists, and whether it was Walid Rad with the Hugo Boss Prize or the LACMA show that's happening in June, which is called The Gifts of the Sultan, and they have commissioned 3 contemporary artists to really reinterpret these themes, like 18th, 19th century themes. And each artist is very unique and different in what they're doing. And we have Afrouz Amiri, who just won the Jamil Prize, the Victoria and Albert Jamil Prize, and Ahmed Al-Sudani, who will be representing Iraq in Venice. And Iraq will have a pavilion after 35 years for the first time. And it got me thinking, okay, so if these public institutions, these the art prizes, the biennials, the museums, if they are starting to showcase artists that are from the region but also different from each other, does it change the perception? Do we then start kind of seeing these artists like, okay, why is it what they're doing different, but why is it at the same time kind of relevant? And that's how it came about, really, the idea behind it. And so for the panel, now we are going to have Ahmed Al-Sudani be part of it, Afrouz Amiri as well, and Ahmed Mater, who's part of one of the artists of the LACMA, of the upcoming LACMA show, to kind of speak of it. And again, as you can see, this is just different and diverse, but that's kind of how it came about. Once I started really talking about this idea and presenting this idea, and you know, with the Armory show especially, and they have been so supportive, and they really got what I wanted to do from the get-go. And it really was kind of they took a faith on it, and they're like, okay, good luck, we'll support you, but you know, do what it is that you want to do. And so that was last year, and it really was a handful of programs, and it was just to bring together some of what was already happening, and others it was that if we can provide kind of this platform to showcase some of the artists and the ideas. And it grew from that, and we're now here in the second year, And it's still that, it's still this really special idea, and it's really meant to be this platform to bring new ideas, to introduce new artists, to have unique collaborations, to tap into all the wonderful resources that we have to make this happen. Let's make this a platform for the ideas, for the individuals, and have fun with it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, is I love the art.